As you develop a web page or a website, you will need to know some HTML language if you're starting from scratch, sort of. And one of the best tools to use when you're developing and using HTML is an HTML editor. And here I'm showing you one right here. And what I want to do is give an example of what some coding looks like. Now this is HTML code. There's an open tag and there's a close tag. And we'll go over some of these, but look at some of these tags. We got strong, we got color, and here is a list. So let's go over some of these and see what they mean. So we're going to actually make a web page using this as an example. So what we're going to do is, over here is the content area where you add in the content that you want to convert to HTML. And on the right hand side is, in this particular online HTML converter, is the HTML coding. So let's add some words. And you can immediately see over here it converted this into coding. So what we have here is an open tag for a paragraph. Hello and welcome to my website. And then I submitted another paragraph mark. And I'm going to add in some words. So this is a bold word. So let's make it bold. So I'm going to highlight it over here in the content area and watch the code that comes in over here on the HTML side. Boom. There it is. Strong. So we have a tag, and note the brackets. And this is computer programming, so you got to be exact. Anyway, strong, meaning bold in this case. And then we have it's an open tag, and now we close it, and so on. So let's say I just want to tag or bold one word. So let me undo this. I'm just going to bold the word bold. And now you can see how it goes. Strong, bold, close tag, and then there's the word words. Let's do it for red. All I'm going to do is make red, the word red, red. So I'm going to go over here to my text. I'm going to make it red. And now you can see the command over here, style. And this code number is the number for red. There are many different code numbers for different colors. In fact, if you're curious about that, you could go here on this cheat sheet. And you can see the different colors. These are the codes. Let's pick red. And now you can see the color is FF. The coding for that is FF, but which is what we have over here on our page. And if you want to look at a different color, there will be a different code. So that cheat sheet can be useful to play with. All right, let's add some more things. What I'm going to add is I want to make a list, like 1, 2, 3 of some items. So I added some content right here, starting with understand the role of tags, and I'm ending over here. So let's say I want to number this or make bullets, but look at your content editor. There's the number list. So I'm making this into a list, and you can watch what happens over here. So what you just do is you highlight it, and now you make a list. There, 1, 2, 3, and now you can see over here there's your list, and there's the first line, second line, and third line. Away. So you can add some things. So this is a great way to learn some HTML coding. So you actually put in your content and you watch the codes as they're generated, so you can learn things. And you can also always go into the cheat sheet and you can look at some more. There's headers, which is font sizes. There's the paragraph. Ooh, let's look at an image code. Let's insert an image into our page here. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to say this is a picture or image. And we have an image thing. So you want to insert an image. Now the way this online editor works is that you need a link to this image. So you have to have the image already stored up on the web somewhere. So you need to get the URL to that image, and then you could paste that right into here. So I already have an image up on my website, and there's the path or the URL to that image. And the name of the image is just image 002, and it's a JPEG. I could change the sizes of that image, but I'm not going to play with that for now. Now I'm going to hit OK, and now the image is on the page. And if I click back over here, let's go back up top to image. You can see I have no dimensions, but let's say I decide to resize it right here, make it smaller. Now let's go back up to that image, and you can see it put the dimensions in. Now what's nice about these HTML editors, it saves you a lot of work, but still it's useful to know some of the coding. So as you go through this, look at the code. Okay, I want to make this bold, and you can see there's a picture. I'm going to make that bold, and there it is. I want to make it italic. It adds the italic. I want to make it underline. Add all that. And there's sort of, anyway, you can see all the codes that it puts in there automatically. And of course, you could go back to your cheat sheet to look at the codes. So now, this is the code for, we'll say, this web page that we're making. And since this is a free HTML editor, there's advertisements. But for our purpose, this is a good way to sort of get started. So now what we need to do is get this code into a file that we can make into an HTML, and we could put that onto our web server. Now, since we got the free version of this, I cannot save this. As soon as you want to save it, it's telling you only subscribers only. And they want you to buy this program. But there is a workaround. So what you do is you copy the code. Just highlight it, Control C, or right click to copy, and now we got that code. And let's say if I delete this, watch what happens. Everything goes away because the code's not here. Now if I paste the code on this side, nothing happens. I mean, it doesn't make sense because this is the content side over there. And if I paste the code back in this page, it immediately comes over here. So now, again, I'm going to highlight the code. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a notepad. I'm using Windows. And Notepad is just plain text. So I'm going to paste in the code. So here is the code that we have. Now I want to save this. And I'm going to save this as a HTML file. I'm going to call it web page 2. But I got to identify it that it's going to be an HTML file. And the reason for that is, and I could just say all files here. And now I'm going to save that file as HTML. And I'll show you why in a minute. Because now it's an HTML file that any web browser can open. So here is the web page I made. See, this is the text code, but I didn't save it as a text document. I saved it as HTML. So now you can see there it is here. And if I click on this, it will open up just like a web page. And now you can see there it is. It's just like a web page. And now if I put this onto a web hosting site, I now have my first web page.